You
learn that.
mentioned the linebacker room being thin, so I kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit on Florida. Seems to we're good on nobody necessarily leaving the portal is what it appears to be. The question though is where do they go? Defensive tackle was I think a big target for them. You're saying possibly linebacker could be an option they look at as well.
I think so, and there's probably some other positions. My coworker's working on something, Zach Alberverde. So I don't want to get. I don't want to like. He's working on a story that's going to talk about some of these things. But I think those are definitely two places to watch. I mean, so if Florida locked up Bryce Thornton like we think, right, and can get Greg Smith to stay, that changes things in the secondary, right? I mean, what if both those guys weren't coming back? What if one of those guys wasn't coming back? So. But linebacker, you look at it, there's some really good players. Pup Howard, I always get his name wrong. Jaden Robinson, Aaron Childs, Miles Graham, Ty Jackson. There's some solid walk-ons in there, I'm sure, too. But you've got to have – look, guys get banged up left and right, man. I mean, how many guys on that team didn't miss a series or two last year?
To your point of that, we had all those guys minus Ty Jackson, but you also had Shamir James, Derek Wingo, the other – and again, these guys, Derek Wingo, and then there's one more guy I can't think of now. He transferred from safety to linebacker. He played. RJ Moten maybe was what it was.
RJ
Moten.
So all those guys played. They were factors. I mean, they weren't big time players, but they filled in. And now those are all gone. That's three that are gone.
That's right. Well, that's three. You mentioned three scholarship guys gone. You bring in Ty Jackson, so 3 and 1 is the difference is two.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, right? You could potentially see them say, look, you can always use some depth on the offensive line. You can never have enough there.
Yeah.
Because, one day you've got 9 guys and you're happy with, and the next day it's like, well, man, I mean, 2 guys got banged up. Now we're down to 7. I mean, you know what I mean? So the more, the better. People have talked about quarterback, but that's so tricky. Like, I think at a certain point at quarterback, now Tennessee has probably got to go get somebody, okay? But if you're Florida – Lagway, you just had this spring situation where Lagway didn't take any throwing reps, and Harrison Bailey, Aiden Warner, and Tramell Jones took the bulk of the throwing reps. So hypothetically speaking, and look, I'll probably be proven to be dead wrong here, but if you go grab a quarterback and he comes in June, let's say, 1, he's got to get to know everybody. 2, he's got to learn the offense, which if you notice, I think Harrison Bailey or Aiden Warner, one of them in their post-spring game comments said it's a pretty complicated offense to learn. Not in the sense of the plays. A lot of the plays are what a lot of people do, but the verbiage, what the terminology that you have to learn. Well, can you learn it in a short period of time, enough where you can even be called upon if DJ Lagway can't go out for a series? 2, when a new guy
to Rocket Money, they've been our sponsor for quite some time now. We love them. We love that they keep powering with us and powering us through this season. The start of spring is the perfect time to get organized. A little spring cleaning. For me, top priority is my financial wellness, which feels more important than ever. Thanks to Rocket Money, my goals feel achievable. They show me all my subscriptions right in one place and help me easily cancel ones that I forget I've been paying for. Listen, we've been talking about how you can cancel subscriptions, but you can also set budgets. I told you about this. Like your little personal accountant, you can say, hey, I want to set a little budget for Amazon. For me, I got hit with a bill from my HOA. Apparently, I haven't paid for the last couple of months, and they're upset about it. Rightfully so. I didn't know that it wasn't coming out, but we'll fix it. And that, maybe if I would have had Rocket Money rock and roll and show me that, hey, this hasn't been paid, I wouldn't have been received with a little harsh letter. But here we are. Anyways, boys and girls, Rocket Money helps you do a lot of great things. Again, organizing your finances, but also helping you cancel your unwanted subscriptions, allowing you to save money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions today. Reach your financial goals with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/hightopsports. That's rocketmoney.com/hightopsports.
Comes in. That means the other guys that you've trained to be pushing for the number 2 job are now getting less reps, which if they then beat out that guy, you've diminished their quality because they're getting less reps now. So there's all these things you have to factor in. So to me, I mean, look, is it a perfect situation at your backup quarterback? Probably not. Name a school where it is. There's not many anymore because most good backups look at it and say, play 1 year and like, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge, man. I want to play. Arch Manning is the exception to the rule, right? But you at this point, maybe you just roll the dice with these guys and just say, look, they're here. They're making progress. I think Harrison Bailey was better in the spring game than a lot of people thought he was going to be. You
Both
know, a long
quarterbacks.
way to go.
We just had
Yeah,
Aiden Warner's quarterback
look,
coach on him. Yeah, they both were great.
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get to see the first part. That's right. Yeah, and I got to tell you, Aiden Warner to me, I mean, he was thrown to the wolves last year. Let's be honest. That was kind of an unfair situation. That was basically your third string guy end up having to start because of 2 injuries, and he did the best he could. But he looked like a different guy. He's got more command. You know, when you have more command to things, it's so funny. I'm way older than you guys, but when Steve Spurrier was head coach of Florida, people like me and you guys were allowed to go watch every single practice, every single minute. The 3 of us could be out there watching the whole practice. And so I would watch the quarterbacks because I had nothing else to do as a 20-year-old or whatever. And Danny Werfel did not throw darts in year 1. Antoine Childs had one of the biggest arms anybody's ever seen. And he would hit the stands sometimes with passes. Never seen passes that wayward in my life. Because when the brain, the arm, and the feet aren't in sync, that ball can go anywhere. So I bring that up because Aiden Warner looks like it's all working together now. I watched him play last year. I'm like, God, this guy doesn't have a very strong arm. It turns out he's got a pretty strong arm. He was probably thinking so much that it didn't allow him to throw like he would normally
to get
throw
into it. Yeah, to get the feet and
right?
everything on the same page.